guest tonight, of course, is an Emmy Award-winning actress, and she was the star of Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. Please welcome the lovely and talented Jane Seymour. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Thank you for being here. I hope you weren't watching the show backstage. 'Cause there's nothing to see up at the front. Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
Nice to have you on the program. Now, there's a lot going on in your life right now. I understand you just received an award in Monte Carlo. Is that right?
I'm going day after tomorrow to Monte Carlo. I'm receiving the Golden Nymph Award.
Okay, I don't want to know about this one. The Golden Nymph Award, it sounds, what is it?
It's a new award. They're giving it to David Kelly, Roger Moore, and myself, and I think it's for a sort of achievement in television, something like that.
Because it has kind of a dicey name.
It does have a dicey name.
Roger Moore may be showing up for the wrong reasons. He'll accept his award nude. That's exciting, though.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Get to go to Monte Carlo. They show, they're going to screen my next movie that's coming out, Enslavement, there, and sort of tribute to television.
Right. Do some gambling while you're there.
Yeah.
Get horribly in debt. Now, you, speaking of glamour, you were just on, was it recently or was it a while ago that you were on Celebrity Jeopardy?
Oh, God.
Because I have to ask you about this. Our own Andy Richter played Celebrity Jeopardy and did quite well.
You did very well. Something was really wrong. They rigged that button. I mean, Graham Nash had his finger
Graham Nash beat you?
Yes. No, but he'd been studying this. He'd done this before. He knew how to do it. They actually kept coming in the intervals and saying to me, there's something wrong with your buzzer, because I just kept pressing. They could tell I was pressing, but it never registered.
I hate to say this, but everyone who loses says something was wrong with the buzzer. It's always, Andy, your buzzer seemed to work okay?
Yeah, mine was fine.
That's not a good. What are you saying that you go to push it down?
There's a trick to it. Yes, they said, you know, like have it half pressed so you can just really get. I mean, I was really doing everything I could with that buzzer. It just wasn't happening.
But Graham Nash, the '60s burnout, was beating you left and right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's kind of frightening.
Yeah, it was a little frightening.
Do you get mad when you start to lose? Because Andy, your experience was that sometimes the other contestants get a little angry.
Yeah.
If they start to lose.
No, I was wondering why I was on it anyway. But no, I angry, a little frustrated with that buzzer thing. You know, I did know the answers, but
right.
No, I think it was for charity, wasn't it? And as far as I recall, I think we all got the same amount anyway.
So you lost the money for charity.
I lost the money.
Yeah. There were poor children watching. Why? Now you've had you have a lot of run-ins, of course, with the paparazzi. They don't seem to care about me. I could be on fire in front of the paparazzi. They would not take one photograph. But you are an international star, so wherever you go, the paparazzi's hounding you. What's that like, and how can I get that kind of attention?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. They're usually pretty good to me, but I learned early on. I was told a trick when I was 21, and I just started a Bond film. And I was about to go to the big premiere of the Bond film, and somebody there who was very famous said to me, whatever you do, if you ever get famous, always smile. Just beam from ear to ear when you go in or out of any place, any function, whether a paparazzi, especially if you're really sad or you've done something really bad or they've got some terrible story on you, because if you're smiling and beaming, they can't print the picture. Right,
because if they want to run a story about you like your life's falling apart.
Life's falling apart.
You know, the other problem is that they can run a story that you've gone insane.
This is true.
Just wherever you go. It was raining out, fleeing a car crash. Everything's fine. They took, I only had a few stories written about me, and somewhere, you're right, they got some picture of me frowning, you know, or looking kind of sad. I don't know where they got it, but anytime they've written any little thing about me, you know.
That picture.
Yeah, O'Brien, a sad dope, or something. They've run this sad picture of me. Now, I was reading up about you today, and I find out your father was a surgeon, is that correct?
My father was a surgeon, an obstetrician and gynecologist, yes.
And he believed, correct me if I'm wrong, but your dad believed that he should take you to work even as a little kid and have you see what he does. Is that right?
He did not want us to be hypochondriacs, number one. And number two, he didn't want us to be afraid of blood. So from the time I was about 2 or 3 years old, we'd be taken into operating theatres straight after the operation and see all the blood and all the mess. And the idea was that we would, you know, blood would never be an issue. And then by the time...
Or a real issue. That could work two ways.
So by the time I was 10, I actually watched surgery. I mean, right next to him. I was scrubbed up and everything, and no one could believe that I was there watching. But I saw a cesarean section when I was 10.
Oh, my God.
And then heart surgery, open heart surgery, all kinds of things.
Now, how did the patient feel about that?
They were out.
Okay, because I was thinking the patient woke up and there's a 10-year-old and he's like, hey, put that back, all right? That's not a toy.
Oh, I'm sure permission was
That's my spleen.
But, you know, I mean, people do things with their parents. I mean, for me, my father was a surgeon, and he'd come home at lunchtime, and there'd be little blood spatters on his little half-rimmed glasses, and that was just a perfectly normal thing.
So he wasn't a neat freak, I guess. Wow, okay.
It was actually great. The only problem was I had a C-section 4 years ago, and I wished I'd never seen one before, because I could have done without that.
Right, right. And the doctor brought his 9 kids into the operating room.
Well,
and they built a Lego castle on your stomach.
We filmed it. We did far worse. We filmed it.
You filmed it?
We filmed. I never told you people this. We filmed my C-section when I had the twins. My husband's a director, right? So he's filming this thing.
Well, when will this be in theaters?
And every once in a while, with Pamela Anderson, they sort of he kept going down to my tummy, and then it sort of got to a point where he couldn't handle it anymore, so he came back to my face. And I was blissfully unaware of this, you know, wide awake, saying, "Hey, are we going to have babies soon?" And I let my children sort it. I let my twins actually watch themselves get born. Yes.
No!
I continue the tradition.
No!
Well, they didn't think there was anything weird about it. They thought it was really cool. You know?
Right.
Here comes Johnny, here comes Chris. It's how we were born.
Okay.
We were very little.
Did you put it to upbeat music at least? You know? All right. Well, I'm not coming to your house anytime soon. Well, thank you very much for being here. Nice to have you again. Never show me that film. Jane Seymour, thank you for being a guest. Jane Seymour, everyone. Matthew Modine is coming up a little later on the show. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.